for you and continue on. Why aren't you connecting to the internet? What? Oh, so there was this one time with Z-Man where DRM came up, and, you know, it's pretty easy to know what stance I have on that discussion. But Z-Man, like, basically, like, I was talking about why I'm mostly a console gamer and not really into PC games as much. And he's like, oh, well, you know, Sony could do that anytime. They could update and make all your discs worthless coasters and stuff. And I mean, they technically could. They could make a horrifying update that does that. But to do that would be just, like, suicide for your company. Like, that would not be a good move for them. Now, if they made a new console, like how Xbox One went, you know, Xbox One, the Xbox Series, if they make a new console that starts out like that, that's one thing. Obviously, everyone will still hate it, but, you know, it's not like they waited mid-gen and then changed the rules. Because that's going to get massive outcry. But yeah, Z-Man really has a, like, when it comes to, like, DRM, he really doesn't care about, like, ownership. And, like, I remember this was a subject matter that Laix got in a debate with him about, like, security. Like, being concerned of people getting information or poking their head in the shit that they don't have any business to. He's like, oh, well, I don't got anything to... Like, Z-Man has a very, I don't have anything to hide, come look kind of mindset on that. And, like, I understand that mindset to a point, but I think the important thing is that there are all laws and rules to protect people's privacy in things as well. I mean, if Sony ever goes down that path, they're going to do it with a new console, likely. I mean, there's two reasons it would be awful for Sony. For one, Sony is considered still a very good consoles to get for physical goods. Like, at this point in time, Microsoft's consoles are not considered great consoles to get physical goods for. I mean, it's so bad, Walmart has already talked about getting rid of Xbox shit on those shelves. That's how bad Microsoft's branding with physical stuff is. The Game Pass has consumed their player base. And you should see people, like, what game was it? There was a game that got announced that, there was a game they announced that won't be on Game Pass. Baldur's Gate 3, that's what it was. Baldur's Gate 3 announced they would not be on Game Pass. People lost their minds. You should have saw all the vile shit people were posting. Because there's so many people who just have an Xbox and they're paying like a Netflix like subscription to play whatever's on the Game Pass, and they're not buying games and shit for it. Like, there's so many people like that on Xbox now. Like, their physical sales are down. The Walmart is considering getting rid of their shit in their stores. Like, it's just really, And it's a shame, too, because even though I don't care for Xbox these days, obviously, there is an audience of people who still want to buy physical things for Xbox. I mean, hell, it was so outcried for that Expecto Gadget game that the company said, we're going to make a physical release also for Xbox One. Or Series, or whichever the two it was on. I don't know if it was both or one of them. Point is, like, their audience convinced them to make a physical version of it. And then there was an indie game that later got a physical version on Xbox as well. That was originally just only digital on Xbox, but physical everywhere else. So, I mean, there is an audience that wants that thing, but they're such a small audience. And even though Limited One Games now is partnered with Microsoft to make Xbox releases, if you look at all the Xbox releases Limited One Games has done, you will notice it is very small list of games. There has not been a lot of games they've done. Hell, I'm not sure if they've done more than fucking 5 Xbox titles so far. Because they have to meet a certain threshold of copies that's way out of Limited One's range usually. So, 10 a.m. I have to get up before 7 a.m. for my workouts. Get out of bed, kid. But yeah, and I remember I don't know. I think I made Z-Man upset this one conversation. We were talking about like the cleanliness of water, public water, and that. And I talked about lead pipes. So if you're not aware, so in the past, America used lead pipes for water. Now, obviously, it's illegal to use lead for just about basically anything now, especially for pipes. But the problem is, they're obviously not making new lead pipes for water. The problem is, there's still old lead pipes for water still around. Like, what they did is they used some chemical that coated over the inner area of the pipe to make it separate from the pipe wall, separate from water. Because the government, like, we could spend millions dollars replacing and trying to figure out all these pipes, or we could just make, this and just live with it. And, like, our government has done such a slow process in fixing... Our government has done such a slow process at replacing lead pipes and shit. Like, such a really slow process. So, I brought the subject of the lead pipes up, and Z-Man brought up that they're illegal. And yes, they are illegal, but they do still exist, primarily in lots of random nowhere areas in some cities. Like, look it up. I mean, I'm not joking. They're all lead pipes still. The government has done very little to replace many of them, sadly. And, basically, I'm just saying, like, there are places with lead pipes that still exist, and, like, Z-Man was apparently under the impression there weren't any that existed anymore. Yeah, see, like, I mean, I'm not an expert at it, but I mean, I've learned it in school, and I even recently looked it up. Like, they still exist. Like, the two biggest problems is money, which isn't shocking if you know anything about American government, and the other one, which is a more understandable thing. They're everywhere. They're going across shitloads of land with trees and forests and hills and towns and cities. They're everywhere. And it is very complicated to look up every single location and everything with lead pipes. Like, I can understand that. But yes, so if pipes need repaired, they're supposed to replace them. And yeah, they're supposed to be coated inside if they'll, for some reason, not working on them. And Biden, you could even find a speech where Biden even actually brought up, this was shocking to me. Like, presidents don't usually talk about much, but he actually mentioned fixing all the pipes by the end of his term, which I'm absolutely guaranteed sure didn't happen. that dude farts out so many statements. I mean, that's what presidents usually do, but I mean, he like, Biden farts out like double the amount. Like, the dude's really delusional on the shit he's done. Like him or hate him, because, you know, obviously the people like him. There are things he's just said, just flat out, just fucking, like, I feel it's kind of insulting when it's like, the economy is perfectly normal, nothing to see here. Like, I feel like that's so insulting to people. I feel like that's very insulting. Probably. I mean, like I said, the government, like, I mean, Obama and Trump didn't do anything better related to lead pipes either, so I'm not necessarily trying to say who's done better or worse on them. But yeah, like, it would be nice if the government would maybe, I don't know, look into trying to do their best in that a little better, but about the lead pipes? Ooh. I don't think you were part of the workouts yet. I don't think so, Leo. I remember the world we were in. It was a Japanese, like, sushi bar world. But yeah, like, after we talked a while, Z-Man just randomly, I mean, he didn't even say bye. He just peaced out, and I told Alex, like, because I honestly felt like he got mad and just left. Like, I felt kind of bad. I mean, like, I know it wasn't long. I mean, I even, like, during the discussion, double-checked to make sure magically somehow Biden didn't fix all the lead pipes, and it's like, nope. Still lots of lead pipes in a number of states and shit. Hell, in Florida, which is where Z-Man lives, like, I found an article that said there's still a significant amount of lead pipes still in Florida, apparently. But yeah, like, I told Lex, like, I'm sorry if I upset Z-Man or something, and Lex was just like, you know, if he couldn't handle the serious conversation, you know, I wouldn't worry about that. So, I mean, I don't like upsetting people. Like, I'm not trying to upset people, like, 99% of the time. And usually the few times I do, it's usually to just make fun of someone being awful to people or something. But most of the time, I'm usually a more, like, kill people with kindness kind of logic. Like, you know, like, I hate that, I always get Adam Sessler and Adam Sandler's names mixed up with the actor and the G4 guy. Which, the G4 Adam, like, the guy is an awful human being on Twitter. He's awful. Like, he's literally wished everyone who's white Republican, like, a right-winging Republican voter in his family, we're talking about in his family, he wished them to die for Christmas one year. People in his family. Like, the only point you should really feel like that about family members, we're talking about, like, rapist Hitler level of evil. Like, it's weird to me to hate a family member that, like, for petty shit, like, political reasons. But, yeah, it's just, But, you know, as much as I disagree with Adam on a lot of his X-Play segments, because they almost always bash Japanese games all the time. And, you know, it was quite funny watching the left-leaning people bash him for racism during that whole JRPG trending thing. Like, it was like, oh, finally getting your comeuppance from your own audience for once, huh, Adam? But, yeah, like, there's a few times, you know, I've said during the holiday season, you know, I wish you happiness, you know? You're a horribly miserable person who hates even your own family. Let alone, like, so much of the world and shit. It's sad to me. I always find it sad for people to be like that with family. Like, to hate people for petty things. I mean, it's one thing to be, like, angry in the moment and be like, ah, I hate you, but you're like, you get what I mean. But, yeah, But generally, like, I don't like upsetting people, and, like, even when I'm white and for some reason they get upset, like, it makes me feel bad, because that's not my intention. It's not my intention to upset people. But yeah, that was a good while ago. It was this year. I'm very, very sure it was this year. But yeah, it's been a good while since then. But yeah, Z-Man always has very varying opinions. Just a second, getting DMs again here. But yeah, so far we don't got anything too wild going on in the game yet. See, I'm still wondering what's Leo like really about this. See, to me, I like a good mystery. And see, like, at first, as Leo kept saying, like, oh, I can't wait for 6-6, I'm like, man, there must be a really interesting mystery. But then, you know, I started thinking about, as we played through this chapter so far, I'm assuming it was a mystery. It could just be, like, he just likes a sword and nail action. Like, each of the stories kind of focused on a different character, like in the first 3 chapters. So, like, maybe there's just some kind of relationship kind of thing he just really likes in this one. Yeah, this statement is so true right here. Get along with your parents if you can. I understand not all parents are equal or great, but, like, I like to think it's usually good, too. Dan's here being an hourglass type person. Breakfast. My club activities, Ma. My club activities. Could you imagine being their parents? Like, being a punishment? And my dad dropped something off here while I was, what are you getting here? Some kind of cheesy hush puppy. Tastes greasy as hell, though. Ugh. Probably if it wasn't for that, it probably wouldn't be too bad, but yeah, ugh. That was greasy as shit. See, this is why I say, my dad's not helping me fucking make my health any better. Yeah. I'm just kind of curious, because at this point, like, I mean, it's just funny how, you know, each of these start out pretty much like, oh, it's nice, lovely day in the neighborhood, and then it just gets dark. See, we gotta remember, we're being told a story about her, but for some reason, we're being told it from the perspective of the main character and not her. I only have to do that for the pizza I got. So, like, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game that came out had a free pan pizza thing. I've mentioned that before. Well, I never used it. So, I was like, oh, I need to use that. You know, a little pan pizza ain't gonna be the end of the world and get used. A little treat that. So I went to go use it on the website, and for some reason it wouldn't work. It wouldn't use it. And I was just like, why won't it work? I'm confused. It won't work. So, I DM'd them. One time I had my Pizza Hut account hacked, and they stole my points. Fuckers. They stole my points and got a free pizza ordered somewhere like in fucking New York or some shit. So I had a previous DM open with their account, so I sent them a DM showing the error and saying like I can't claim it. They asked for a little information like what store and such I was doing in that. So I gave them that. And then they sent me a code for a free lodge. Said, we're sorry about the problem. We hope you'll still consider us and stuff. And gave me the code. And, you know, I thought you could only use it probably on a regular lodge. But I was like, oh, wait, let's see if I can get a stuffed crust. And it did. It let me get a stuffed crust. So I got a stuffed crust free lodge pizza for free. So I was like, sweet mothers of yeah. I like the, like, you know, and I've told Leo this, like, you know, I like to try to be a good person, help people, and, like, to me, karma, like, I believe in a karma system. I believe being a good person to other people will cause rewards of kindness from other people. Not that they can be from the same person, but sometimes they'll come from other sources. Or at least that's how I like to think of it. So, you know, like, I like to think all the stuff dealt with this month, trying to do nice gifts and fun surprises for people, led to a bunch of nice karma coming my way. Made a new friend, got a new avatar from it, got a free large pizza, and what was it? There was something else that also happened. I'm trying to remember what that was. Kind of left my mind. What was it? There was something else that happened. I definitely consider the Avatar thing the good karma for a lot of gift giving this year. You know, what's funny though, I had a completely different gift in mind to do for Leix. But, like, Leo's project, I really liked Leo's idea so much that I shelved it for next year, basically. It'll be like, I'll use this next year, and I'll just stick with this idea. Come on, let's get out of here. My parents don't need to know about our weird torture fetishes. One! See, the first chapter, I feel like the two of them had a thing going before shit went weird. So, I'm not sure what's gonna happen in this one. Yes, real good kill. Down the yellow brick road to be tortured. Yeah, but the way back ain't. Ah, yeah. What he said. I said first. Well, I mean, you know, I think his parents kind of viewed the two of them kind of as a couple in their shenanigans. What do you think on that, Leo? Do you think his parents kind of viewed the two of them like that? You know, we've had this conversation about grocery foods before. I don't feel like sales on groceries are as common these days. You have no memories of his parents. Were they that non-existent in the anime? I mean, they don't have any character art still, but I mean, I would say the greatest roles were Chapter 1. Which one was it? I think it was Chapter 2. It might have been Chapter 3, but I think it was in Chapter 2 they also had a bit more rollish, but... No, maybe it was... No, I think it is 3 I'm thinking of, maybe. Because, like, when they came back and... Yeah, either way, I feel like they had bigger roles in the older chapters. But then again, you know, we changed main characters, so it seems kind of normal for them to vanish for a while. But yeah, I don't feel like getting sales on foods as easy these days. Like Walmart and our section, if you go in the aisle with the macaroni and stuff, those 2 spots they'll put discounted food on. Other than that, yeah, you don't usually see too many, like, sales of that too often in my neck of the woods, at least. Because, I mean, to be fair, we only have really two stores here. I imagine you had a lot more competition. Now, all of these, when I used to live in the town where my job is, all these would have a lot of things on sale. Usually not food stuff. It's usually the other crap. But still, you can find some stuff on sale, though. But, yeah. Yeah, I don't feel like, you know, the time era of this, in the 90s and stuff, you know, you had all those coupons and coupons. Coupons really, like, went down these days. Like, you don't see so many coupons for things much anymore. And those old days of snipping out shitloads of coupons from magazines and the newspaper for the local food store just don't really seem to be much of a thing these days. But yeah, I just don't feel like sales happen too much with food much. I mean, you can go find, like, baked goods on sale, you know, when they're expiring. You know, Walmart usually puts them on those pushy shelf things, and, you know, you can find bread that's, you know, I don't know, got, like, 2-3 more days in it. You can go freeze it and make it last longer. That's what I do. Like, I freeze my bread. I mean, it's pretty, like, I'm either gonna toast it in a toaster or in the toaster oven. So, I mean, like, it being frozen is not really a big loss. And if I'm going to make a soft sandwich without, like, toasting involved, I'll usually just take one out, sit on a plate, put it in the microwave, and let it thaw. That's usually what I do for, like, when I make meatballs and that. Oh, that's for sure. You know, I know so many people that have divorced parents, and it kind of just tears my heart out, because a lot of times that either leads to them having a strange relationship with their parents, or just kind of missing a part of having, you know, parents. Yeah, we don't know much about her parents. I don't think they've ever literally manifested in any form before. You know, now you think about it, we don't even know where she lives very well. I mean, she lives past the house, but, I mean, we don't really know much about it. Yeah, that's a bit of a weird detail. I think that says something more about the main character. He's daydreaming. But yeah, I just don't feel like sales are much thing now. Video game sales have been really like... I feel like we've had another era of record time lows on a whole bunch of shit that went really low really fast. Like, honestly, even if you didn't care about DRM, I still don't really understand why some people just would rather buy like an overpriced download instead of the like $10 physical version you can resell. Like, I just don't get that. I'd rather pay $60 and buy the $10 one on sale at Walmart. Like, to me, the only reason to really care about that would be you want more money to go to the developers. And, you know, that's a whole different argument. Like, because, you know, there's a lot of arguments on... Because usually, like, when you got a first thing that matters is the people who made the game a part of the publisher, or did the publisher pay a company to do the game and they published it under their branch? Usually, if it's the latter, usually they just get a lump sum money and then they're done. So usually in those cases, buying more copies, the only thing that's going to really determine is like sequels and them working with them more. But they're not going to get more money really out of it. Now, if it's in-house, you know, that could be possible. But yeah, I'm not necessarily trying to... But, like, that's the only real excuse. Like, I mean, the only other thing would be, like, you know, you're too lazy to get your fat ass out of the couch and change the physical media. Which, I mean... If you're that fucking lazy, then... Now, it's different if you're crippled. Like, you know, if you have something like you know, I don't know, you can't walk, you don't have legs or something like that. That's different. That's a disability problem, which obviously isn't in your control. But, like, if you have perfectly fine legs, I just don't see it as, like, some gigantic... difference. I don't know. I just find it weird. But yeah, there's been a lot of good sales on shit. I mean, the new Sonic game even went down during all the holiday stuff. Like, it's just kind of shocking to me how quick some shit drops now. And I made a recent GameStop purchase, actually. Like, let me go double check. You know, the thing I hate about GameStop right now is because they increased those shipping costs. This shipping is so bad now, price-wise. You gotta pay like $10 shipping unless you get the free shipping. So they had a game called Below Steelbook Edition that was on sale for 15 bucks. So I looked at it, I'm like, oh, that looks okay. So I snagged that. And obviously, you have to pay $80 to get free shipping now. So I was like, is there anything interesting I want to get with it? I was like, I've been wanting to get Liza P. I heard very good things about Liza P. They had it a little bit on sale, $50, so I was like, why not? But then it's like, well, I still need to get something. It's not enough. So I was looking, I couldn't really find anything, but then I found Dungeon Munchies Collector's Edition, which was like $70, $80 normally. They were selling it for 17 bucks. And I was like, oh, well, that would trigger it, but, you know, I already have that game. So I was kind of like, do I want to buy it again to, like, see if I can maybe flip it? I mean, there's potential for it. I mean, as long as I made more than I paid into it. The other option would be to just, that I've considered, if it gets damaged, then I can return it that way and say, like, it's damaged, I don't want it. Which is another choice I could do. That's probably the likely thing I'll do. If it's damaged, I'll just return it, get my money back, and then, count that as a free shipping, and then, yeah. But yeah, if it's in perfect condition, I might keep it for the option to maybe resell it, maybe, for something a little bit more. Not anything crazy. Like, I have a lot of games I've been meaning to try and get a little something out of, but not necessarily whip people off. Oh, by the way, Leo, I do got your package mailed. I need to ask for the tracking information. My dad went to drop off a box of stuff to send to my sister, so that package I had for you, I asked if he could drop it off too, so hopefully you like it. It's like, why are you acting so weird? Why you look perverted? Oh, now he's injured. Oh, shit. He's going now. Your package? You gotta ask limited one for them. Well, this thing I'm giving Leo, he doesn't know what it is, but he actually mentioned it, and I just decided to give it to him since it was something that I had extra of, so. If you want something, Dan, I can send you a copy of Persona 4 for the imagination. No, I just can't. Yeah, but I'm really not really sure I would get you at the moment. Not sure what games you've been getting lately. There's lots of sales, though. How would you like about, like, I don't know, 20 copies of Persona 5? Video Games Plus has been really trying really hard to get rid of those. Well, obviously, if I narrow it down, he'll figure it out. He's literally in the chat. What do you want me to do? Just say it? Do I look stupid? Don't answer that. Whoa, hey, whoa, what? Won't go near the house. I wonder if that'll be a thing in the story, I wonder. Because we really don't know anything about her. We know a lot about everyone else's families except for hers. I mean, to be fair, most of everyone's families is dead. But... oh, did it? Wait a minute. I'm gonna go look, and it's not gonna be messed up, is it? Let me look here. Ha! You almost had me, though. You almost did. I almost clicked it without acknowledging it. I was like, wait a minute. A minute. You almost got me, though. You almost got me, though. I realized what you were doing and then looked. But I was literally like, my icon was almost there, and then I realized, wait a minute. Uh-oh. One of the twin sister, like, she was not a thing at all in Chapter 1. I guess the thing I'm not sure about Chapter 1 is, does she even exist? Because now that we know she was at a boarding school, you could make the argument that maybe she just stayed at the boarding school in Chapter 1, never even left. Hard to say. The whole dessert thing's happening again. Yeah, they were hoping somebody has an empty slot. Please, I beg you, I'll give you a $20 bill. Wow, some more different music again. Wait, what? Whoa, wait a minute, stop. This person just say, I'll give you a beta version of Higurashi with a mode that lets you change everyone's outfits. That person just broke the fourth wall in a bunch of random spam. Of G's figure? I'll give you 10,000 yen in real money. You fool! Real money trade is prohibited. Report, count banned. What? This isn't the MMO, what? What's going on here? I mean, I would just be like, hey, $20 if you let me take your slot. I mean, that's what I would do. Means more than what they're doing. Why, there was a Google. I mean, I guess the one offered 10,000. What is 10,000 yen in American dollars, actually? 10,000 yen in US dollars. Wow, that's $70. Holy shit. That person really wants in. That person really fucking wants in. Take a quick look on Twitter real quick, actually. See what today's deals are going for. Nothing too crazy right now. There's an NIS game on sale for $40, but that's not too big. But yeah, like that's a pretty good chunk of money to go get a bunch of fucking sweets. They really want it now. I mean, I wouldn't pay that much to have a bunch of diabetes. More like need a police officer to be like, get the fuck out of here. What in the fuck? I just get the police. Wait. Oh no. I think I know what she's going to do. I think I have an idea what she's going to do. Go, go, go. So I have to, like, I think when I do a review on this, I think the interesting aspect will be the Wii Switch. Because you have the original version, this version, there's DS, PS3, Switch, PS4. There's a lot of versions of this game, and like, it kind of makes me curious, like, how a lot of these, like, because from what I understand, like, the console versions added, like, more short stories. Like, tips. By the way, Leo, did you have any luck with getting any Amazon packages today? Again? Well, I guess you'll be hanging with us for the stream then. Leo is, he does the delivery package thing. I'm not sure what the technical term for it again is. But he goes to Sentinels, picks up packages to deliver on that. Did you get some free money? Did you get some free money out of it at least, or was that also a nope? Because that's the best part, I'd say. Flex driver. Nobody will stop me from kidnapping them. Oh. No free money again? Man, there must be a lot of people just wanting as much shit. I think the only chance is to show up early during the holiday season. I don't know what's going on there. You would think they would need more drivers. You didn't seem to have much trouble getting work last month. I mean, I can tell you I got a lot of shit during all Black Friday and shit. I already got a shit ton of boxes I need to give that mom and pop store again. When I just did that like early November, I think. Man, got some big ones from GameStop too. Cause I bought one of the Among Us, the one with the plushie. I think it was normally like $80 or $70, but they had it for $12. So I was like, you know, Among Us plushie, $12, free game with it. Why not? Then I bought another one to give those to my nephew because he watches people play Among Us. So yeah, it's just kind of weird to think they wouldn't have packages to send out. Because I mean, I've been getting shit ton of packages. Yeah, I think tomorrow I might consider doing like maybe a pickups video thing. See, I'd hate to drive around and deliver stuff myself. You know, I wonder where ones pick up in my area, I wonder. Because, I mean, I've seen people in just perfectly normal cars deliver Amazon stuff. I'm not 100% sure if I'm going to do anything stream-wise for New Year's. I'd like to do a little something. Have to see. During the actual New Year's, like, you know, getting to the last several hours, I want to hang out with some friends in VR. Well, yeah. I wish I could get everyone together to do Twalia. Matt's on night shift and gonna be going into overtime. Oh, you know, I did get a message from Aaron, actually. I wished Aaron a Merry Christmas, and he said you too. So, he hasn't gone to the great beyond, but I'm not sure he wouldn't respond to anything else. Maybe he became too much of an Xbox flunky. Because I do know Aaron bought a series. He bought an Xbox series. The last time I really had a conversation with him. You know, and that's his choice if he wants to go down that route. And I understand why he went down that route. Because he doesn't like the censorship and stupid shit that Sony's been doing. And I understand that. I give him the bigger prompts to actually take that kind of step. You know, because obviously, you know, giving Sony money is not telling them, like, no on that. I mean, I'm not a big fan of a lot of the things Sony been doing. Like, you know, they hacked their Japanese branches so deep that, like, the exclusives are so awful. Like, here, like, I'm curious if there's, I don't know if there's a list, exclusive PS5 game, PS5 only games. See if there's a list. Yeah, Astro's Playroom. I wouldn't really consider Demon Souls 1, because I mean, it's on PS3, it's just a, you know, it's a better textured thing. Destruction All-Stars, never heard of it. You got the Final Fantasy VII Remake Integrated, whatever that. I don't know if I would count that either, because that's just a better looking Final Fantasy VII Remake with the Yuffie DLC. Okay, you got Final Fantasy 16, Forspoken, Ghostwire Tokyo, Spider-Man, Ratchet and Clank, Returnal. Not sure if I know that one. Last of Us Part 1 I wouldn't count. I mean, that's on PS3 and PS4. I wouldn't count that. Uncharted Legacy Thieves Collection. Are we really just counting remasters and ports? Are they that desperate? See, Pacific Dive, Last of Us 2, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Have they actually said Rebirth was going to be PS5 only? These are all titles. These ones are showing. Knights of Old Republic remake got cancelled, so that's not happening. Yeah, these are all titles that haven't even came out yet. Yeah, I mean, that's not a lot of exclusives. I mean, they're doing awful on fucking exclusives. And I really blame the fact that they axed so much of the PlayStation's Japanese side. Because they basically axed everything. It's almost non-existent as a company on its Japanese end when it comes to game development. Yeah, I mean, I would have to say Xbox has the same problem. They don't have a lot of exclusives either, to be fair. No, I have not heard anything about, so, my understanding is it's not really DRM, it's like some kind of tracking stuff that, like, sends data to Sony. Which is, of course, evasive. So, as far as I know, it's not DRM. I'm not an expert at it. My understanding is some kind of program that's sending information on your computer to Sony. Other than that, as far as I understand, it's the same rodeo as far as I know. I don't know that for a fact, though, to be fair. So if you heard something more about that, you feel free to add more onto that. But, yeah, I mean, the exclusives are very, very scarce, in my opinion, on PS5. Now, of course, if you add the Asian territory, because, I mean, I have this wacky game from the developers of, EDF, that's like this samurai zombie hack and slash game that has rogue elements in it that seems interesting. Am I getting text messages here? I hope this isn't the only reason Leo likes this chapter. Are you being coach here, Leo? Are you secretly coach? So when did your new job start? It was something related to a bus, wasn't it? Or was it something else? That's still the weirdest logic. You can taste it with your eyes, too. It gooeyly melts in your sockets of your head. Oh my goodness. The fan servicey. January 8th. So you still got a little bit more you gotta do. Well, hopefully that works out for you. Oh my goodness. Like, some of this, it's weird to me when this gets so fan servicey sometimes. Fridays? Oh no! Costumes that were randomly chosen. Some tells me they weren't so random. Oh, I would only imagine that, like, the manga, like, it's pretty normal for animes to have the Western problem of wanting to focus on the action more and cut out a lot of the fluff social interactions, which is why you get things like Danganronpa 1's anime. But, like, manga is a much excellent little translation of carrying over the story while being able to, you know, have all the more visual flair. So, that wouldn't surprise me at all if they went a little bit more fan servicey on that. I imagine there ain't too much probably in the anime. You've made me proud, Inner Voice. We did it. Oh dear. And she went in the cutesy mode. Let's see what the old sprite looks like. It's still the same outfit. I like the blushing face on that one. I think the blushing face actually looks nicer on that one. She looks more like, you know, sad in this one. And so, no one ever saw the children again. Wet napkins. Why are they giving wet napkins? What restaurant gives you wet napkins? What? So the anime for Danganronpa is considered really bad, Dan, because all the social interaction aspects of the game are, well, not in the anime, really. So it kind of just dashes off to the next model in case without the character development. So you get as emotionally, like, we had this conversation earlier about pacing. You don't have that downtrend where you're getting to socialize and know the characters and get emotionally attached to them before things ramp back up and you get sad and shit from the people getting killed and the reasons and stuff. Like, the anime just focuses on the mortal and the trials. They don't really dabble into the social interactions as much. And that's why a lot of people do not recommend watching the Danganronpa 1 anime. A lot of people tell you just to play the game. Now, I haven't watched the anime, so I don't really have a personal preference. That is, from what I understand, the fan base's thoughts on it all. So, obviously, I'm not saying you shouldn't check it out, but I'm just saying, from what I understand, the fan base at large does not recommend checking it out. But if we listen to fan bases, then, you know, Final Fantasy V isn't a really good game, then according to some Final Fantasy people, you know. So don't always think that the fandom's right. Oh no, everybody wants to kidnap her. What have you done? Don't kidnap people. That's not good. So what quest was I on now? Oh, I just needed to win a battle. And that's done, so got all the quests done, so it doesn't matter what I do at this point. We can just do whatever. Final Fantasy Boss Rush. Final Fantasy V's awesome! Thank you, Leo. I knew there was a good reason we became friends. See, the Higurashi anime does get you attached to the characters. What you miss is more the mystery elements. See, here are the two reasons I really... maybe more like 3 reasons. The 3 reasons I really like Final Fantasy V. Like, so my first Final Fantasy was 4. You know, title 2 on the SNES, but Final Fantasy 4. And obviously that's a very special title for me, because it's what really got me into JRPGs and gaming. Like, before they were just toys to me, but, you know, I really got into video gaming from there. So obviously it holds a very special part to me. I still hold Final Fantasy IV as a very good game too, but I can't really, like, deny, like, I really find Final Fantasy V is one of the more, like, definitive Final Fantasy experiences, honestly. It has an awesome job system that gives you shitloads of customization, mastering, and all kinds of strats you can do. It has probably the most freedom on fighting mini bosses. You know, this is like one reason, like I say, like Persona games have pretty good bosses too, because you know you don't feel like you can, like, aside from instant death spells, you can use debuffs and shit like on all bosses practically. So, well, like a lot of times in Final Fantasies and shit, you feel like, okay, so it's a boss, so no instant death, no debuffs, poison won't work, blah blah blah. You know, if you like. There's this trend where a lot of times bosses are usually just immune to fucking everything, you know. So you just focus on damage. But Final Fantasy V wasn't like that. There were bosses you could instant kill, level 5 death, kill with poison. There was a boss you could poison them and, like, they take shitloads of damage from poison. Like, there was all kinds of crazy strats you can do to different bosses in Final Fantasy V. And I feel like it works because they're all, which I'm assuming was Dan's joke, that there are all a lot of bosses in Final Fantasy V. You essentially have so much of the game to explore. And find lots of secrets and shit too. There's a lot of secrets and stuff. But yeah, there's a lot of bosses, a lot of side content with bosses, and just all kinds of stuff to find and equip and learn, and I just really love it. Like, the only thing I feel like people have a justification to really criticize on it is the story. Final Fantasy V was kind of like a comedy stage play kind of story. So, like, it wasn't as serious as a lot of the other entries. I really recommend it. It's a really good title in my opinion. Especially if you hate modern Final Fantasy games. Definitely recommend it. It's a really good one. Sure, it's not as it's not as graphically as impressive as 4 and 6. It kind of looks kind of like the graphic style that Live a Live had. But it's such a much bigger ass fucking world though. Oh no. They're all going to hell for this, aren't they? Yeah, they're all going to hell for this. Yeah, they're going to hell. Yep. All going straight down. Yeah, Final Fantasy V, fantastic game, recommended. Now, the few times I've talked about Final Fantasy V, though, like, I always, and you can't get them now, thank the Lord. The mobile version is such an awful fucking looking atrocity. Oh my goodness, I almost want to vomit every time I ever saw the mobile version of Final Fantasy V. I feel so sorry for anyone who fucking, had that as their first experience, though. Well, you did say it was like, what, 10 years ago or something when you watched it? It's been a while. Hey, you know, when I'm done with the game, we'll watch it. Pop it into VR and load it up on the big screen. Oh no, everyone's kidnapping everyone. So she's either gonna be in her sister's work outfit or a new one. Oh, what in the world? A sailor top uniform with gem bloomers? What the hell? What a mismatched hellscape. The same outfit. Oh, she looks so much more embarrassed in that version. like, what the fuck? Oh, wow. More like a mismatch. I could see her doing that. Oh my goodness. Imagine if he wore bloomers. Oh lord. Wow. That would be embarrassing. Will I be able to recognize what he likes? So it sounds like there are moments in the game, not necessarily whatever ends up being the mystery, perhaps. So I guess apparently this is the first time she lost in this timeline. Huh. What a humiliating way to lose, eh? No. This just in. The town's population doubled. Predator weight has gone up though. Police are working double time. It seems like a weird combination to me. I mean, that just screams very stereotypical Japanese horny to me. I mean, that's just boring. Where's the creativity in it all? Yeah, I mean, I guess the thing that's really clashing is the color. I mean, they're red and white, but this is white, yellow, and blue. Like, they don't really match at all. Uh-oh. Okay, so they already know Coach. I'm assuming he's mad he didn't get invited. A Chinese... I'm assuming that is supposed to be work finished the job? I don't know. She's in more of a classic maid style. Oh my gosh, so no one you don't want to take home. Oh, and Coach quickly like, I refuse to surrender. Uh-oh. Hello, police? Oh no, it's a war. Oh. Okay, that... Really? Now I'm just kind of curious. Ah, a stir-fry pan. At least that's what I call those. Huh. Oh, even the ones listed here are being listed as stir. They came up in the search, but they're all listed as stir-fry pans. Maybe it's a Asian terminal, a term, maybe. Interesting. Oh, you know, I was just looking here. You know that guy that was stealing Avatar stuff for that from Iota? Like, I tried messaging them to see if I could get like a count thing from them so I could report them, but they use that mobile Cash App thing, so I wasn't able to do. They just sent me a new message saying like, how's everything going? Because the last time I said anything to them, it's like, oh, I gotta save up some money. So they're clearly still trying to fraud people and shit. Yeah, if they used PayPal, I could have reported them, but I don't know anything about that mobile Cash App thing. That shit sounds like a bunch of scam shit, though. It's probably why they use it. The dream of mankind. Yeah, I've never heard of anyone refer to a stir-fry that way. Like, never heard of that terminology, so interesting. Yeah, I imagine it's just some kind of Asian terminology, probably. Don't look like anything being missed out there. I was checking the Internet Explorer to see if anything else happened. But yeah, it's just interesting to me. I look it up and then everything it brings up is a stir-fry pan. So, yeah, unless it's just some kind of foreign terminology, I'm not sure, but yeah. Imagine how awful it would have been for him. That's for sure. At least you're covered up. It's like, everyone's looking at my thighs. You got a dress. You think it's so bad? That's not even that bad of a maid outfit. Like, that's probably the most normal looking maid outfit in anime in ages. Everything's supposed to be free, you fool. It's all supposed to be free, at least if it's like the last one. I forgot. Dan's a maid type person. Yeah, let's see if it'll show up. Yeah, Dan sadly usually joins on his mobile phone because he'll be at like work. You can drink water for free. It's like a buffet, but water. Feed. Oh no. Okay, this is probably gonna get a slight heal. I'll give you a little time. Okay, Dan. Oh yeah, we didn't check out what whole version looks like. Oh, that's a lot different actually. Yeah, that's very different. Like the other characters' avatars looked very similar. That looks much different. To be honest, I think that one looks a little bit more perverted than the other one. Like that one looks way more normal. This looks way normal. The other one, I don't know, like the kind of aesthetic it has gives a bit of a different $2 at 2 cents a gallon. But the other two's outfits looked dead on, just with the chibi style. So I'm going to assume they probably did this for modern reasons. I mean, she's a kid. But anyway, there you go. You got your maid outfit. I'll count 10 more seconds, Dan. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Phone call to the police. Hello. Your address. Goodbye. Police break into your house. Okay, moving on. Hey, 3 free walkers, they don't have to pay? And so later that day, Dan would arrive with his family taken in by the police. And this is gonna come bite him in the ass later in the game, I bet. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, when she was commenting on her saying like she didn't like the maid outfit, like yeah, like she's wearing like she was dead on like saying like, well, my outfit's worse. Like I'm wearing bloomers, like my thighs are like in everyone's face. Oh, shot down. Oh no, they're gonna tear the whole place apart, aren't they? Oh no, he's pissed. Oh no, she's gonna try and get us dragged into this. Tricky ass. Oh no. Oh. She's aiming high. Oh, what the? The motivation's high for her. The ticket to paradise. They're all in. Wow, we got a large crowd going for the winning prize here. I don't know, like, I mean, aside from one goal potentially being added, everyone else is just gonna be adding into like a sausage fest problem. It's gonna be embarrassing for whatever guys lose, that's for sure. Question is, what are they gonna do? We're willing for those losses. So this is interesting. Like this is supposed to be the guy from the baseball game, I believe, if I remember correctly. Like the one he took heel at to, like, you know, get him to lose the game. I'm pretty sure that was who it was, right? Yeah, see, mentioned him right there, the baseball game. So I got the right name association. Damn. Oh boy. Imagine if he loses. What the fuck are they gonna do to him? Oh man, the stakes are high. The stakes are so fucking high. This is the real question here. What are we playing? We have so many choices. What could possibly lay in front of all of the chaos? Oh boy. I mean, they can't leave, because if they leave, they can't come back in. That's how it was the last time. I mean, hell, by the end of it, they're gonna get sick. Yeah, I mean, I don't think anyone expected that to be happening. Oh, just a second. DMs. Oh, they're gonna get counted together? Isn't that a bit of an advantage? I mean, that seems like a little bit of an advantage, though. I don't know, that's good. Yeah. Seems like a little bit of unfair advantage to me, but... Swallow a table? Everyone wants the maids. it depends on how light it is. Because remember, it's supposed to be the most, so they're doing it by weight. Oh my gosh. They're all so dead set. See, this is like, that's not fair. Could you bring me a big pot? Oh my gosh, we could see ourselves! Oh! Okay, anyway. Also, interestingly, it's pink for some reason. That's odd. Oh, wait. Is that supposed to be her own, like, narration? Yeah, cause see... Yeah, so I'm assuming the pink is supposed to be her own narration. It was pink in the beginning of Chapter 6, wasn't it? Now that I think about it? She just wanted to get revenge. On. So now it's making a little bit more sense how it's being told. What in the fuck? Like, I'm not understanding what's going on with the beginning thing. See, the way she's talking makes it sound like she's moving away or something. I have a me that I love. Like, is she like... I'm pretty sure this is supposed to be her, like, narrating, but I'm assuming she just recalling things they said. This is a radically different looking person. So they know each other. Who the hell is this? E. Well, she always can get any of them. Music vastly changed too. It's kind of weird. It's like very saddish sounding. Wait. Huh. That... Huh. And we don't get told jack shit. Maybe we'll get a little tip from the tip. Maybe a little too much information there. Gentleman's Club Blue Mermaid. Huh. Why would she know somebody runs a gentleman's club? That seems a little weird. Huh. Ooh, that was another long section of gameplay story. Didn't feel like it had a good middle ground.